All right, so at the next pick, we have the Miami Dolphins at number 11. Who do you have them taking, Brendan?
Roquan Smith out of Georgia. He is a linebacker, and he is personally my favorite player in the draft. He plays with so much passion. He's a really, really smart football player. He will instantly come into the Dolphins and lead that defense, I think, from day one. Maybe not day one, but maybe day two, because, he's a rookie. But he is just a terrific talent. If you've watched him play, this kid is all over the field. He's super fast, super smart. He's just a terrific, terrific linebacker. I don't know if I've thought higher of a linebacker in the many years I've been watching college football. Just a great player, and I really would have picked him higher if I was a GM for one of these teams.
Yeah, definitely. Roquan Smith is a guy who gets devalued just because of his position, middle linebacker. People think that you can get them anywhere. They're just going to rack up a lot of tackles no matter where you get them. But this is somebody who's a sideline-to-sideline player, can cover, can rush, can tackle. He can do it all. And you're going to plug him in right there in the middle. They have Kiko Alonso right next to him. And Lawrence Timmons, he's not the player he used to be, and he's much older than the Dolphins should be budding for. Sorry?
Attitude issues too.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to plug him in for Chase Allen right in the middle. And he can definitely help that defense out with talent in the front and talent in the back. Rashad Jones, Xavier Howard at the back. Then we're talking about Cameron Wake and Ndamukong Suh in the front. They have all three levels with Roquan Smith.
Yep.
All right, so moving on to the 12th pick, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Who do you have them selecting, Basil?
So with the Bengals, we selected Mike McGlinchey out of Notre Dame. So Bengals are a weird case because right about, I think it was 2 years ago, they did doubled up on tackles in the first and second round with Cedric Ogbuehi and Jake Fisher. And when they also had Andre Smith still on their roster. And those experiments have turned out to be a failure. Cedric Ogbuehi has been terrible. Andre Smith completely dropped from his probably Pro Bowl starting caliber before. And I guess the Bengals probably think it's time to pull the plug in the experiment because Ogbuehi was a potential-based tackle in the beginning anyways. He didn't have much production. I think he started 1 year after Jake Matthews left, and so it's time to pull the plug and give Andy Dalton something to work with here. Honestly, I think they could be potentially tempted by taking whichever one falls, Josh Allen or Baker Mayfield, with just the bad season that Dalton just had, but I don't think they're going to go that crazy, and Mike McGlinchey's a safe pick and is sure to help the Bengals.
Yeah, that's an interesting take there with the Bengals taking whichever quarterback falls. It could potentially happen. Andy Dalton's definitely been underperforming, and they just lost Adrian McCarron, so they don't really have a backup plan anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, if they really like one of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or...
Oh, yeah, Lamar Jackson, forgot about him.
Yeah, him too. And Baker Mayfield, if they don't get picked in the top 10, I could see them maybe trying to either trade up or trade down, depending on where people think those players are going at this point. Mm-hmm. That could happen. But, Mike McGlinchey is only here because Cedric Ogbuehi was a complete and utter bust, and Jake Fisher hasn't been that great. And, they're still somehow just weak at the offensive tackle spot, especially since they let go of Andrew Whitworth, the longtime starting, great left tackle, who now plays for the Rams, who are looking really good. Yeah. But McGlinchey would hopefully step in and alleviate the problems they've had at that position for, years now, since somehow all those picks they invested and Andre Smith just decided he sucks at football all that out of nowhere. That was really strange.
That was really weird, yeah.
Yeah, so this is just they have to spend another pick on an offensive tackle, which is just unfortunate.
Exactly. But, and definitely right after they just lost, what was his name? The guard that went to the Browns. Why am I blanking on his name right now? It'll come to me later. But this is a Bengals team who actually has a lot of talent. They have talent on all three levels on the defense. They have AJ Green, John Ross, if he ever amounts to anything, Brandon LaFell, Joe Mixon, Giovanni Bernard, and also Jeremy Hill. They have a lot of talent, and if they can just fortify the areas they're not as strong in, this can be back to being a playoff team.
Yeah, absolutely. This team is that, like the Raiders, they extremely underperformed, which has kind of been a staple under Marvin Lewis for a long ass time. But yeah, hopefully with this pick, Dalton will appreciate the help, and maybe he'll get back to being that quarterback we saw in his second year. A potential starter going into the future.
Kevin Zeitler, that's his name. But
Kevin Zeitler, there
yes.
it is. Yeah.
All right. So with the next pick, we have the Washington Redskins at number 13. Who do you have them selecting, Brendan?
All right. The Redskins have been yearning for a Sean Taylor type safety since Sean Taylor moved on. And yeah, Derwin James. Derwin James is the best defensive player left on the board. He is a hard-hitting safety who plays with a lot of passion. And there isn't much to say about this pick. He really is. They really do just need help on defense. They need help at the safety position. And James is just a clear upgrade over what they have right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, James can definitely be the player that they want recently. They have, I think, DJ Swearinger in the back right now. So definitely a hard-hitting guy like they aspire to be. But Derwin James can definitely be the guy that they want. If they were to go in a different direction here, I think they could also go D-line with not many strong names on the D-line. I potentially Deron Payne or Marcus Davenport, who's been shooting up boards. But I think Derwin James could definitely be a solid pick right now. I think last year at this time, he was probably projected to be a top 3 pick. And he went down a little bit, but that's more I have to say of others going up than him dropping.
Right.
But definitely, I think he can be a strong pick for the Redskins.
Yeah, it's hard for safeties to get picked as high as 3. He was being projected up there before the season started, but yeah, that position doesn't normally get picked that high unless you have an Eric Berry, Earl Thomas type
Jalen Ramsey. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And yeah, even though he's not maybe as good of a prospect as those guys, Derwin James is an excellent player. And like you said, they have DJ Swearinger, who hits hard but doesn't play well.
Doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, he's just kind of there to be a D grade
South Carolina
Cam
enforcer.
Chancellor.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty bad player. So sorry, DJ Swearinger, didn't mean to roast you, but you're not Derwin James. So the Redskins would be smart to upgrade at this point.
All right. So moving on to the Green Bay Packers pick, at number 14. Who do you have them selecting, Basil?
Okay, so with the Green Bay Packers, this is a team that underperformed, but solely because they lost their big leader, Aaron Rodgers. But definitely, I think that this is a team that can still go far in the NFC playoffs. So we had them taking Denzel Ward, cornerback out of Ohio State. So they're an interesting case because they've been drafting a lot of cornerbacks recently. They had Demarius Randall, they had Kevin King, they had Quentin Rollins, and also they still have Devon House back there. But I think we can see that Quentin Rollins was not the smartest pick, former basketball player, but can't really do much. Demarius Randall was a good pick. He's a very good player. You have Haha in the back, but I think Denzel Ward can definitely upgrade the secondary. I think they have Nick Perry and Clay Matthews rushing off the edge to help. With their prolific offense, they really just need a solid defense to back it up. Again, I think this team could also go D-line if they were to go a different pick. They still have Vita Vea, Deron Payne, again Marcus Davenport. But definitely Denzel Ward would be an upgrade over every single cornerback they have right now. Sans, Demarius Randall, and he could definitely help them out.
Right. Denzel Ward, to me, it's just the Packers saying, we know we're good on offense when we have Aaron Rodgers. He will carry them no matter basically who you give him to work with. Denzel Ward is the best defensive prospect left on the board. You could argue he's even better than Derwin James. And the Packers do need help at corner on the outside. Demarius Randall was a great pick at the end of that first round, but he is more of a slot corner safety type.
Yeah.
So Denzel Ward would upgrade the outside corner, and they need to do whatever they can to shore up the defense, because when Aaron Rodgers is healthy, and if he stays healthy, like you said, they will go far into the NFC playoffs. And like the Saints showed us, taking a cornerback, and maybe even a cornerback out of Ohio State, can it really pay dividends when you have a great quarterback like Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers. And if that pick were to work out, it would be a huge upgrade on defense.
Yep, Marcus Lattimore set the example.
All right, so with our final pick of the NFL mock draft, we have the Cardinals at number 15. Brendan, who do you have them selecting?
All right, we have the Cardinals selecting Josh Allen, quarterback out of Wyoming. Like we said before, Allen is mostly just a potential pick, but after the Cardinals lost Carson Palmer at the end of the season to retirement, they need to do something at quarterback, and unfortunately, they don't really have the cap space to sign somebody like Kirk Cousins, even though I mentioned that they should do everything they can in our video about Kirk Cousins' best 3 destination. Link will be in the description. Yeah, they really need to they really need to do something. They can't just go into next season with
Drew Stanton.
Drew Stanton, that's the one.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're not huge fans of Josh Allen, but at this point, unless you think Lamar Jackson is a better prospect, they have to pick somebody, as going into next season with those guys just isn't really an option.
Yeah, definitely they have a lot of options right now. Like a lot of the other teams in this draft, they can definitely go D-line again with Daron Payne, Vita Vea, and Marcus Davenport, and also Harold Landry also on the board. But I mean, we do mock drafts based off what we think will happen, not what we think should happen. So what we think will happen is that the Cardinals are going to reach for a quarterback like Josh Allen,
right,
out of Wyoming. And I personally would take Lamar Jackson over him, but I don't see them passing up over a potential. Like, even if they wanted to, they could technically. This is a team that's it's a solid team, but it's not contending for a Super Bowl, even if Josh Allen is like decent. So they could start to start molding him, and eventually maybe he can become something. But definitely right now he's honestly not much right now, just purely base potential. And we'll see if that pick pays out for the Cardinals. I'm not sure if it will, but it might.
Yeah. Maybe with Kirk Cousins, if they were to get him, they have a chance, but that's basically it.
All right, so that wraps up our NFL Mock Draft 1.0. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below any suggestions for future videos, as well as your thoughts on our mock draft. Thanks for watching.